Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol CEI. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame, and it does a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price, and then makes mapping out where levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. Did this analysis on Tuesday after the crazy movement here, and things really cooled down in a hurry, but still interesting. And this will mean a little bit more to those of you that traded for a while. But if you have traded for a while, I'm sure you've seen stocks that make the big move like this one did on Tuesday, and then all of a sudden things go quiet. And what do I mean by quiet? Well, today definitely things went quiet when you look at volume. I mean, the volume just fell off a cliff in terms of what it was yesterday. But is that a red flag? Yeah, it is a red flag, but is that a guarantee that the party's totally over? No such thing as a guarantee, but it is something where you got to wonder, have people just totally lost interest, or is this one of these things that's going to fall off people's radars and then come, booming back? So that's why, I'm going to keep an eye on it, and we'll see what happens with it. But let's get some updates done. First, I'm going to do is a little house cleaning and just get rid of these lines here. Sure, those levels pertain to the chart. They're just not relevant right now. And from a presentation point of view, I don't want to risk causing clutter and confusion because there's lines everywhere you look. So let's try to keep this as clean as possible. The first update, though, that does need to be made is based on a foundational rule in charting, which states when levels of support are broken and closed below, they tend to act as resistance. So going into Thursday and really the remainder of the week, if there is going to be any sort of potential bigger move back to the upside, $5 is now that near-term level that'll need to be broken above and then closed above. So keep an eye on that. Although the key thing going forward, at least in my opinion, is this downwards move going to consolidate out, or is this just going to continue to bleed? And the consolidation point is going to be right here around the 375 mark, which is essentially the value of these two lines here. Purple line being the 50 period, the pink line being the 200 period. And this is not like some sort of great discovery on my part. I bring that up because when a lot of eyeballs are watching the same thing and wondering the same thing, call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, call it whatever you want. It can produce some pretty, interesting price dynamics, and that is what right around this 375 range represents. A lot of people are watching it because a lot of people use, these moving averages on their charts. So like I said, I have no problem if you want to call it a self-fulfilling prophecy, but as I always say, if there are self-fulfilling prophecies out there, I want to know what those prophecies are. And, in this situation, right around 375, a lot of people are going to be watching that. So that's definitely a very important level of support, because if the price were to go down there and then just break down through it and continue on down, at that point in time, from a very literal perspective, you're starting to risk putting the price right back inside of that range where it was before the breakout even happened. And prices that go back to where they were, not exactly a sign of true strength, right? So overall, though, an interesting setup, and we'll see if this is just a quiet consolidation before a bigger move up or not. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.